Now, breaking news from WRAL. Coverage you can count on.
Standoff ends. While you were sleeping, authorities removed a man from a home after they say he shot at them. What we're learning about the situation that lasted 7 hours.
And you may need to reach for a jacket heading out the door. Temperatures will be cooler this morning as you're headed out for your morning exercise. I'll show you how cool the afternoons will be as well.
Honoring the front line. Today, first responders can get a free breakfast in recognition of their service. How police, fire, EMS, and others are being celebrated. Hello, everyone. It is 4:30 on your Tuesday morning, and we're glad you're up early to get it all started with us. I'm Renee Chu. Let's get back to meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner tracking these cool, refreshing morning temperatures, and I definitely needed a jacket this morning.
Yeah, it's a good bit cooler than it was yesterday, by about 5 degrees or so. So that puts us down into the mid-50s in some parts of the viewing area. We are seeing mainly clear skies, a little bit of high, thin cloud cover that I saw when I came walking in the door this morning. 57 at RDU, and our dew point's at 55, so it's just very comfortable out there. It's 50 in Roxborough, 60 in Rocky Mount, 57 in Raleigh, 58 in Southern Pines. And our temperature difference in the triangle, about 4 degrees, about 5 degrees in Roxborough, a little less than that in some other spots. Hour by hour forecast through the afternoon feels very comfortable, 70 degrees at lunchtime, and we'll be back in the mid-70s this afternoon, very similar to what we saw yesterday. We'll talk about some more cool mornings in our forecast coming up in just a bit.
Elizabeth, thanks. Breaking news. An hours-long standoff in Franklin County has ended this morning. Deputies removed a man from a home after he had barricaded himself inside for 7 hours. WRAL's Ali Calabar is live at the Franklin County Sheriff's Office right now. Ali, deputies say that man shot at them.
Renee, about 4 hours ago, that standoff ended, and we know that listen to law enforcement's tactics that they used moments before that man was taken out of his home. A lot of force at this 7-hour standoff. This is video from the WRAL breaking news tracker around 12:30. You can see officers surrounding the man as they walk outside the house. This all started at 5:30 last night. Family members of the man tell us he was possibly very drunk and shooting at walls. They called 911 and he barricaded himself out inside. Now we know this attracted a massive police response and deputies on the scene. We're working to find out what led up to this, what exactly happened here, as well as if the man was arrested. Reporting live in Franklin County, Ali Calabar, WRAL News.
Ali, thank you. A woman is hurt and another is in custody after a fight at a Southeast Raleigh apartment complex. This happened at the Bluffs at Walnut Creek near South New Hope Road just before 2 a.m. Our WRAL breaking news tracker was there as officers investigated. We're told the woman who was hurt is expected to be okay. We're working to learn what led to the assault or what charges either woman may face. Today, Wake County Public Schools is taking a closer look at event security. The school board's Safety and Security Committee will meet to talk about ways to enhance it. The district's Office of Security developed an event plan for large gatherings such as football games. Shots were fired after a game in Raleigh last month, and fights forced an early end to games in Wake Forest last year. Today's meeting starts at 1 o'clock. You can find out more about what's in the event plan at WRAL.com. 2 death investigations are underway in Wake County this morning. In Cary, landscapers found a body in the bushes at a shopping center on Kildare Farm Road. We are waiting to learn the cause of death and the person's name. In Raleigh, police responded to a death investigation at this apartment complex. This happened on Canary Falls Lane, just east of I-40. Officers say they are not looking for any suspects in this case. We're checking with police to find out who died and what led to the death. This morning, we're working to learn if anyone was hurt after this crash in Durham. A car was headed north on I-85 when the driver lost control and landed on US 70 below. This is drone video sent to us by the Eno Fire Department. We've reached out to find out about any injuries and to learn how this crash happened. The search is on for a nonverbal North Carolina 7-year-old who's been missing for nearly 48 hours. These are new photos of Liam King, shared by the Randolph County Sheriff's Office. He was last seen at his home in Asheboro around 11 a.m. Sunday morning. Liam was seen wearing a light blue and black hoodie along with black sweatpants. Deputies say he might run off if you try to approach him. If you do see him, please call 911. Today, North Carolina leaders, including Governor Stein, will be honoring police, fire, and EMS at a First Responders Appreciation Breakfast. WRAL's Laura Levine is live in Raleigh this morning ahead of the event. Laura, more than 400 first responders and their families are expected to be there.
Renee, good morning. Right now, we are at this Chick-fil-A location off of Falls of Neuse Road. This is just one of many locations participating and showing love to our first responders. Now, the Greater Raleigh Chamber of Commerce, they are hosting their 18th annual First Responders Breakfast. This is a significant event that really focuses on expressing gratitude to our local heroes. The event includes a sit-down breakfast with more than 450 first responders, public officials, and business leaders. Awards are given to agencies for their heroic actions, and guest speakers share their experiences. Mark Dinitz with the Greater Raleigh Chamber tells me this event not only acknowledges the sacrifices of these local heroes, but also strengthens the bond between the community and those who protect it.
These aren't individuals that like the attention, and you can ask them and they say, well, we don't, we do this because we love the job and we know it's important. But it feels good to give them the thanks anyway, and just as a token of our appreciation, to just show them how appreciated they are.
So let's take a look at those participating locations. Chick-fil-A giving out that free breakfast. You can see on your screen now, individuals must be in uniform or be able to show a badge or identification to get their free breakfast until 10:30 this morning. And if you're not planning to head to that event today, you can catch it on WRAL.com. We will be live streaming it beginning at 7:30. Laura Levine, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.
A Raleigh man is accused of recording a woman in a Walmart bathroom stall. 27-year-old Sergio Aguilar Mendoza faces 2 charges of secret peeping and indecent exposure. The assistant district attorney says Aguilar Mendoza followed a 22-year-old woman throughout the New Bern Avenue store without her knowing. That woman says she later saw him recording her while she was in a bathroom stall. We spoke with other shoppers who said this is very unsettling.
That is just it's too much. Us women can't even be safe and comfortable. You got to walk outside and be like, hold up, let me make sure someone else is out here with us.
If they're recording, what else are they doing? I'm sure that's not going to be enough eventually.
The assistant district attorney cited Aguilar Mendoza's sexually driven criminal past as reason for his high $250,000 bond. It includes 3 assaults of women in New Hanover and Wake County in 2020 and 2021. He's due back in court later this month. The Charlotte area transit system says there was no way to prevent the stabbing that left a woman dead on a light rail train last month. This is surveillance video of Irina Zarutska getting on the train, and then she sits down in front of DeCarlos Brown. Authorities say it only took Brown 6 seconds to stab her multiple times with a pocket knife. His mother says her son suffers from schizophrenia and was homeless. Despite Zarutska's death, the transit system says all the processes it has in place worked.
You say your systems and policies worked, but a woman died.
Absolutely, and I acknowledge that.
I can't change what took place, but what I can say is that we're going to learn from it, and we're going to grow from it, and we're going to become better from it.
Brown did not have a ticket to be on the train. The transit system says it has plans underway to enhance safety even before the attack, and that includes better fare enforcement. The FBI and the USDOT are now investigating. Wake County commissioners are considering a few different options when it comes to the future of the Southern Wake landfill. The Wake County Solid Waste team says the landfill will be full in the next 15 to 20 years. After that, it needs to decide whether to build a new landfill. It could also choose to haul waste to a different regional landfill or create a publicly owned waste-to-energy facility, among other possibilities. People who live near the landfill tell WRAL the smell can be overwhelming.
It basically smells like you're just standing out by the garbage. I literally this morning on the way to school, me and my sister were talking about, because we came out and it smelled really bad.
The team and consultants will get public feedback this fall and then return with their findings. A memorable debut for Minnesota Vikings quarterback J.J. McCarthy in the team's season opener. The Vikings trailed the Chicago Bears 17-6 in the fourth quarter when McCarthy led a comeback. He threw 2 touchdown passes in the fourth quarter and ran for another score. The Vikings came back to beat the Bears 27-24. Changing performance reports. State education leaders want a new way to determine if schools are doing their jobs. WRAL's Education Insider looks at their new ideas. And deputies rescued. Video showing a Texas officer being pulled to safety. What led to the accident that left them dangling on an overpass? Let's give you a live look at Fenton and Carey to start off your Tuesday morning. You may want to put on some long sleeves this morning. It is refreshing out there. Just ahead, meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner will show you the other days that will have cooler than normal starts this week.
From the WRAL Severe Weather Center, North Carolina's most experienced team of meteorologists.
444, we're taking a look at the tower right behind us, lit up in blue for clear skies. We are starting to see a little bit of cloud cover that's streaming in from the south. I'll show you who's more likely to have a bit of cloud cover this morning. Not going to see any rain out of that, but it just may be a little grayer in a few spots. As a matter of fact, looking at some clouds showing up here on the observation at Cary. 57 there in Cary, 59 in Garner, 62 in Goldsboro, 59 Holly Springs, 57 in Durham. Temperatures are a few degrees cooler this morning than they were yesterday, but today should feel a lot like yesterday. We had some cloud cover in some spots early, and then those clouds cleared up pretty quickly. 70 degrees at lunchtime. If you're looking to eat your lunch outside, it looks great, and very comfortable exercise temperatures this morning in the mid to upper 50s and then mid 70s later on this afternoon. Coming up, we're going to talk about why we may not see much rain in the next 7 days or so.
It's going to be a dry stretch. Elizabeth, thank you. 2 sheriff's deputies in Texas are in the hospital after a crash left one of them dangling from an overpass. Look at that. The Lubbock County Sheriff's Office says the deputies were helping a stranded driver when a truck hit their patrol car. So the 2 were trapped between the car and the guardrail. People at a nearby gas station rushed over, helped pull the dangling deputy to safety. Both deputies taken to the hospital with serious injuries, but they are expected to be okay. One other person was injured in the crash. At least 19 people are dead after police in Nepal opened fire on a protest over corruption and restrictions on social media. Local news there is reporting around 400 people were injured. Video shows officers in the capital city of Kathmandu firing tear gas. The protests began a week after officials moved to ban several social media platforms for not registering with the government. Nepal has since lifted the ban. A heads up for UNC students and staff. The university will test its emergency notification system on Wednesday. Expect to hear sirens on campus between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. Officials will also send text messages to anyone who registered their numbers for alerts. Again, this is just a test. September is Library Card Sign-Up Month. In Wake County, public libraries are celebrating with the launch of a new mobile app. It's called WCPL Mobile. You can save your library card right to your Apple or Google Wallet. You can manage accounts, track due dates, request items for pickup, and more. Wake County residents can get their first library card for free with a valid photo ID and proof of address. School performance report cards are getting another look. State Superintendent Mo Green and the State Board of Education are starting a task force to explore a new way of calculating school success. WRAL Education Insider Emily Walkenhorst dove into why leaders are still looking for a change after a failed effort last year.
They're the letter grades A, B, C, D, or F earned by every North Carolina public school each fall when the state's standardized test scores are released. They're meant to illustrate to the community, especially students' parents, a measure of school quality. But leaders say they aren't good at doing that. The grades are based almost entirely on test scores, 80% test scores, and 20% year-to-year test score growth.
The interest is in looking at other indicators that could give parents information on the schools that are available to them.
Tammy Howard with the State Department of Public Instruction says department leaders have suggested giving more weight to test score growth or other measures like school environments or opportunities.
It's not that test scores are a bad thing. They are predictive of future success and therefore important to pay attention to.
Thomas Talk of the think tank Future Ed and other critics note that test scores correlate with the socioeconomic status of the families in the school, so the performance grades would do the same. Michael Petrilli of the Fordham Institute, another think tank, says test score growth could be a better measure.
It is especially more fair to those high poverty schools that tend to have a lot of kids coming in far behind.
State lawmakers are ultimately the ones who would need to approve a change. Emily Walkenhorst, WRAL News, Raleigh.
You can get a full breakdown of how the state judges schools right now on our website, WRAL.com. Just go to WRAL.com and check out the NC Capital section. Sanford has a new on-demand ride service buzzing through the city this fall. Sanford City Council and the Microtransit Advisory Board have named it the Buzz Line. The line will operate weekdays from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. and weekends from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. A launch date has not been announced. Happening today, Dollar Shave Club is opening the doors to its new headquarters in Durham. The new headquarters will be at the historic American Tobacco campus. The company is hosting a grand opening celebration today from 3 to 6. And today, the town of Mooresville is inviting you and your pups to the grand opening of its new dog park. The site is on Franklin Upchurch Senior Street. It's the town's first designated dog park. It has two areas, one for big dogs and one for small. The first fetch event is at 4 p.m. today. And the weather should be fabulous for all those grand openings. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center. I'm sure pups also like this cooler weather as well.
I'm sure. I can't imagine who wouldn't like it. We take a look at Durham and you can see it looks quiet here, nice and dry. We do have a very dry forecast and we're going to talk about how dry it's been for how long and if that's going to get us into any drought trouble coming up in just a little while. But we'll talk temperatures first. 57 is our current temperature, dew point 55, so very comfortable. Expect 50 all the way up through around 9 o'clock in the morning. So kids at the bus stop maybe a little more comfortable in at least some long sleeves or a light jacket. Yesterday it was fairly breezy. We're seeing similar conditions in a lot of places, anywhere from 5 to around 10 miles per hour currently out of the north. So a little breezy, not gusty yet, but later this afternoon by say lunchtime, we could be seeing gusts about 15 to 20 miles per hour, very similar to what we saw yesterday. Our temperatures right now are mostly in the 50s, a few 60s showing up though. Rocky Mount, Clinton and Fayetteville in the low 60s. Elsewhere, we're mainly in the mid 50s and we're seeing some upper 50s in the Triangle, 58 Apex, 59 Holly Springs, 59 Knightdale, 57 and Wake Forest. Around town, temperatures should be very comfortable today. Mid 70s in the Triangle, 79 in Fayetteville, just beautiful sunshine. A little bit of cloud cover in some spots this morning, but we continue to have high pressure building in and that high pressure system is going to keep us dry and cool. You see the blue shaded areas all up and down the East Coast. So our temperatures do remain below normal. 85s are normal. We get a little closer to that normal on Friday at 83, but our humidity should stay nice and dry really all the way through. Right now, we're looking at low humidity across a huge chunk of the country. As a matter of fact, I mean, you have to get all the way down into Florida before it feels very humid, so comfortable for a lot of folks. We may see by Wednesday and Thursday the humidity bouncing up to around 60 or so, but that's still, on the tolerable to comfy zone. We have some cool mornings in our forecast. Our morning lows all the way into the weekend will be in the 50s, so definitely feeling crisp and some great weather for baseball. The Bulls kick off their last homestand tonight. Temperatures will be in the low 70s at game time. Checking out our chance for rain. It's just 20% on Saturday. We'll talk about why we're in such a dry pattern and how long it could last coming up.
Elizabeth, thank you. Just ahead, remembering a leader. Flags will be lowered this week to honor Major General Joseph McNeil. How his contributions to the civil rights movement left a lasting legacy. And solving the mystery, a first look at the third Knives Out movie.